All right, well, let's continue with this data and let's find out where the median is. Now, I hope you appreciate with the TI-84, I think as we scrolled through the list of things in there, the median was hiding. Let's see if I can pull up my TI-84 again. Come over here. Yeah. Turn this back on. And when I did my calculations on my stats, when I scroll down, the median's 268. Well, we want to see what the median means. We don't want our calculator just to spit it out for us. We want this value to have meaning. So we're going to figure out what we need to do to calculate it. And we're again going to use the same data since we have it sitting there. And we're going to pull out of it our median value. So what I want to do here is let me come back here and show you how we create a median. So let's come here. There we go. And so we want to take our data and we want to list it in order because the median is the middle of our order, the middle of our data. Middle of our order data will tell us. So the data we had was this 274, 235, 223. And so what I kind of do is I'm going to look for my minimum, which is 223. So that's going to be my first value, 223. And then I look for my next value, which looks like it's going to be 235. So yeah, 235. So I'll write down 235 next. And I have two of those, so two 235s. Let's get out that. And then I guess my next one is 268. And I go through each piece of data here. 268, 274. 285 and 290. And so I've gone through each of my pieces of data and I've put them in order from highest to the maximum. And so now my data is ordered. And so what the median is the middle piece of data. So I look at my far right piece of data and I take one off of that side and I take one off of that side. And I take one off of this side, and I take one off of this side. I take one off of this side, and take one off of this side. And I no longer have sides. I'm left with 268. And so my median is 268. It's the middle of the data. 50% of my data is over here, and 50% of my data is over here. It splits the data, not by the value of the data, but by the pieces of the data. If my data is in order, it tells me where the 50% points of my data lie. Now this works really nice for odd numbers of data, but let's just chop off one. Let's say let's say one of those people left the study, and so we would have an even number of the data, not a odd number. And so we'll say, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll say the 285 left. That's what the book does. So 223, 235, 235. So notice this had an odd number of data, so there's clearly a middle point. But when we have an even number of data, you'll see the process is different. Right, and so what we're saying is, hey, this 285 left the study. And so it will come through here, and we'll take off this bit, we'll take off this bit, right? Not that one or not that one. Not that one or not that one. When I get here, if I get rid of both of them, it's not going to work. So I need to find the value that's in the middle of these two. And so I'll use the old midpoint equation, where I take both values, 235 plus 268, and the place in between them is what happens when I divide that by 2. or 251.5. And so the median for a smaller, or for an even number, usually you have to divide by 2, do this midpoint thing to your middle chunk of data, your middle 2 values. It gives you the same information. If I was at 251.5, if I was numerically at 251.5, I'd be somewhere in there. And 50% of my data is here. And 50% of my data is here. Your calculator, if I give it an even number of things, so let's go over to the calculator. And let's just update our list. Come through here. Whoops, turn it back on. Go back to stat. Go to edit on my list. And we said 285 left. So I will delete the 285 entry. And now I have one less piece of data. So I'll go back to stat. I'll go to calc. Go to 1var. And when I come down, it's calculated the median for me. So the calculator will get our medians for us. We manually have to put the data in order if we want to find the median. And if it's an odd number, it's the part that sits right in the middle. If it's an even number, we have to use the midpoint formula to calculate it.